Okay, hi guys. So I'm gonna continue reading the chapter. Yeah. So, so that's why I ran off after Declan's gig that time. Holly laughed. It wasn't because they were so terrible by any chance. Daniel joked. Then he looked lost in thought. Ah, yes, that's right. That was the 30th of April. Yeah, I couldn't wait any longer to open the note, Holly explained. Hmm, when's the next one? July, she said excitedly. So I won't be seeing you on the 30th of July then, he said dryly. Now you're getting the gist, she laughed. I have arrived, announced Denise to the empty room as she swarmed in, dolled up to the nines in the dress she had worn to the ball last year. Tom strolled in behind her, laughing and refusing to take his eyes off her. God, you're dressed up, Holly remarked, staring at her friend up and down. In the end, Holly had decided to wear a pair of jeans, black boots, and a very simple black top. She hadn't been in the mood to get all dressed up after all, especially as they were only sitting in an empty club. But Denise hadn't quite grasped the concept. Tom and Danielle greeted each other with hugs. Baby, this is Danielle, my best friend, Tom said, introducing Danielle to Denise. Danielle and Holly raised their eyebrows at each other and smiled, both registering the use of the word baby. Hi, Tom. Holly shook his hand after Denise had introduced her and he kissed her on the cheek. I'm sorry about the last time I met you. I wasn't feeling quite sane that night. Holly blushed at the memory of the karaoke. That's no problem, Tom smiled kindly. If you hadn't entered then, I wouldn't have met Denise, so I'm glad you did. After a while, Holly discovered she was enjoying herself. She wasn't just pretending to laugh or finding things mildly amusing, she was genuinely happy. The thought of that made her even happier, as did the knowledge that Denise had finally found someone she really loved. Minutes later, the rest of the Kennedy family arrived along with Sharon and John. Holly ran down to greet her friends. Here, hon, Sharon said, giving her a hug. You here long? Holly started laughing. I thought it was at 8 o'clock, so I came here at half 7. Oh no, Sharon looked anxious. Don't worry, it was fine. Daniel kept me company, Holly said, pointing him out. Him, John said angrily. Watch yourself with him, Holly. He's a bit of an oddball. You should have heard the stuff he was saying to Sharon the other night. Holly guessed she'd caused this confusion and quickly excused herself from their company to join her family. Meredith not with you tonight? She asked Richard. No, she's not. He snapped back rudely at her and headed over to the bar. Why does he bother coming to these things at all? She moaned to Jack as he held her head to his chest and rubbed her hair, playfully consoling her. Okay, everyone, Daniel was standing on a stool to address the gathering. Because Kiara couldn't decide what to wear tonight, we are all late, and my documentary is going to start any minute, he said proudly. So, if you can all just shut up and sit down, that would be great. Oh, Declan, her mother admonished him for his rudeness. Holly searched the room for Kiara and spotted her glued to Daniel's side at the bar. She laughed to herself and settled down to watch the documentary. As soon as the announcer introduced it to everyone, everybody cheered, but were quickly hushed by an angry Declan who didn't want them to miss a thing. The title, Girls and the City, appeared over a beautiful nighttime shot of Dublin, and Holly became nervous. The words "the girls" appeared over a black screen, followed by footage of Sharon, Denise, Abby, and Kiara, all squashed up beside each other in the back of a taxi. Sharon was speaking. Hello, I am Sharon. This is Abby, Denise, and Kiara. Each of the girls posed for her close up as she was introduced. And we are heading to our best friend Holly's house because it's her birthday. The scene changed to the girls surprising Holly with the shouts of happy birthday at her front door. The camera returned to Sharon in the taxi. Tonight it's gonna be just as girls and no men. The scene switched to Holly opening the presents and holding the vibrator up to the camera and saying, Well, I'll definitely need this, before returning to Sharon in the taxi saying, "We are gonna do lots and lots of drinking." Now Holly was popping open the champagne, then the girls were knocking back shots in boudoir, and eventually there was Holly with her crooked tiara on her head and singing and drinking out of a champagne bottle with a straw. "We are gonna go clubbing." There was a shot of the girls in boudoir doing some very embarrassing moves on the dance floor, but nothing too mad. "We are gonna be good girls tonight," said Sharon sincerely. The next scene showed the girls protesting wildly, being escorted out of the club by 3 bouncers. Holly's jaw dropped and she stared in shock at Sharon, who was equally surprised. The men, however, laughed their hearts out and slapped Declan on the back, congratulating him for exposing their partners. Holly, Sharon, Denise, AB, and even Kiara slithered down in their seats with humiliation. What on earth had Declan done? Okay, with that, we're wrapping up the chapter 17, and we will be entering chapter 18 soon. So yeah, stay tuned.